So September 2020 now, and I've been working on it for 5 months, and it's going extremely well. There's been a lot of problem solving, just translating the design from computer to paper and adapting that to tile sizes and things like that. It's taken quite some time.
So I had a basic idea for some sort of artwork in the ground. And then that's when you got involved, and then Ruth's obviously the brains behind the whole design, and she's the artistic flair that we needed.
Yeah, so Steve's brief was a walkable map of Wales. So that's what I did. I went to see Siobhan Goodwin, who does the walking tours. She gave Ian and I a personal tour, and we went around Wales, just with the idea of picking up information and important areas and things that perhaps we didn't know about, even having lived here for over 30 years. I just had this eureka moment stood in front of the cathedral because I wanted to try and incorporate history into it as well. I just thought, right, well, let's surround it in Gothic windows, and each window can then be a historic piece of interest to just make it so much more interesting than just a map.
Wales is such a wonderful place. It's got so much to offer. I don't feel I've had any problem finding inspiration for the project. In fact, I could probably make it twice over and fill it. The more I delve into the history of the city, the more I discover. Working on computer software made life so much easier. So once the design had been loaded onto the computer, I could scan my drawings and drop them into the design. It meant I could shift and resize the buildings till they looked right and they were in the right position. The tiles I'm using are an unglazed ceramic. They are incredibly tough. They're used for outdoor projects by professional mosaicists all across the world, so I have confidence in them. And the palette of colours is really lovely. They're heritage colours, really soft. A lovely range of greens in particular. They're sympathetic to the surroundings of Wales and its medieval architecture. As part of the process of making sure that the community knew what we were doing, my husband and I went round to local community groups and we did some presentations. He's a much better speaker than I am. I will do my little arty bit and then he'll do the rest of the talking. So we make a really good team. But after a while, he said, well, why don't you make some prototypes and people can actually get more of an idea of what we're doing by having these samples, and they can touch them and they can see the colour range and they can get much more of a feel for it.
So this is a quarter-size print of the design that we'll be using at the launch event. It just gives people an idea of the scale of all the drawings and the prototypes in place.
The idea came about with a chance meeting, like many, many good ideas. And Steve had this idea that it would be fantastic to have an iconic bit of public art in Wales. It would be really great if it was a mosaic and it would depict the history and be a walkable map of Wales. So the idea was born about 3 years ago. Well, the thought was that this will be a legacy with local ownership. So we'll have the people in the town who will be helping us, supporting us and sponsoring it to build this iconic piece of work. Wales in Mosaic is revealed.
So here we go then.
There we go.
Yeah, very good.
We believe that this is actually a unique attraction. There are a number of mosaics in the ground in the country, but we don't think there's one that represents the whole history of a town, designed in the way this one is, at the size it is, with a walkable map in the middle that children can run around and look at the roads and decide, oh, let's go over here, let's go and see that. So it is going to be quite a unique attraction.
It was a fantastic event, and I think people were blown away by the size of the mosaic and just how intricate that it's going to be. So I think it was a fabulous event, and I think everybody really enjoyed themselves, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more support.
this side has 10 mil, height has 10 mil of that image. It should be 10 mil.
Okay.
Well, I did take a measurement of that.
How satisfying is that?
I'll roll it out.
No fingers there, my tight up this.
Fingers on the floor.
That was just so exciting, just to see it all at the next stage. Yeah, just to see it coming to life in size and just being able to visualise all the colours and all the tiles. Yeah, really exciting. Can't wait to get it all going now. Absolute milestone. Been waiting a long time to do this.
How are you feeling at this point?
Slightly daunted, to be honest, but you know, just to be laying the tiles down is just an absolute joy. Because, to be honest, I've been telling people, you know, things are moving forward, and they have been, but to actually show them some visual evidence now would be just amazing. And with everybody shut up and locked down, hopefully it'll give them another little something to look at to brighten their day. Yeah. So the border will obviously be, as I've done the prototype. The wording is all planned, and the wall and most of the map, but it's the windows I've got to work out as they're going on. I did start doing a drawing of each window and colouring it in and working out the tile colours and things. But I tend to work better, more intuitively to the material if I see the window in black and white and then build up the colour. I think I'll get a better picture once I start those. And then the water, of course, I've done all the water. That's on the prototype, so that's all planned. And of course, all those colour decisions slow up the process each time. So that's why each window is going to take a bit longer. Good days and bad days, like most things, I think. So there are varying levels of work. So some of it's filling in, which goes quite quickly, and then other elements are much more detailed, like the windows and the quatrefoils, and then the buildings when I get to those. And that's slowing the whole thing down, and I knew it would. It's just adjusting to the time scale, not putting myself under too much pressure. So next steps are a couple of windows, and once I've done those, I can then slice off the next section. Progressing across in sections. I've cut off the first 2 sections now, and I feel like I've really got my teeth into it. Lockdown has just given me the perfect opportunity to work undisturbed. I can't think of a more ideal situation for an artist. I work best undisturbed. I work best when I know I haven't got the dentist in a couple of days, or I haven't got a meeting tomorrow. I can just get up in the morning and start and finish when I like. And then I've been able to send the odd photograph to the team,
they've sort of all responded with, wow, that looks great, and that's helped. That's given me the confidence to keep going and know I'm doing the right thing.